Now, it is hard to believe we're halfway through March, and that means we are talking about all kinds of great things that are happening in the Vail Valley in April and beyond. And joining me today on the couch are two wonderful members of the Vail Valley Voices and talking all about their event that they have coming up. So I've got Ted and Jen. How are you both?
We're doing great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. So Vail Valley Voices, it's being presented by the Vail Valley Theater Company on April 6th at Route 6,
Yes.
or Route 6, I like to say route. But
Yes.
Ted, tell me all about the event.
Okay, so it is a live storytelling event. We'll have 10 to 12 locals and friends and neighbors do a 5 to 7 minute story about their life and how it connects to Vail. And it's styled after the Moth Radio Hour, if you're familiar with that at all from NPR. So stories about big moments of turning points in their life, from big emotional moments, and some are funny, some are really emotional, some are kind of intense, and it's going to be a great night.
That sounds so exciting and so much fun, and it's great to know how people are connected here to the Valley, because that's our common denominator between all of us, is that we're connected to the Valley. So Jen, talk to me about the storytellers and who we have joining us.
Well, I'm going to defer that to John, because John knows a little bit more about that.
So
Yeah.
I'm producing the show.
Okay,
so
great.
I've been feverishly recruiting storytellers for the last couple of weeks, and we have some great ones. We have Helmut Fricker is going to join us, who everyone knows in the Valley. He's the German storyteller up at Beaver Creek. He's going to, we have to keep him limited to time because he has so many stories. We have people like Liz Farron are going to come and talk. Elizabeth Sullivan is going to tell a really fantastic story I saw last night. We have a gentleman from Burundi who's going to tell a story about growing up in Africa.
Wow.
So we have a really wide range, from very funny local German kind of mountain stuff to global things, to some very personal stories of people that are coming. It's going to be great.
That's great. So you're producing the show.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Vail Valley Voices, and why this is such a great project for you.
So I've been part of the Vail Valley Theater Company for about 20 years,
Okay.
and been doing a couple of shows a year, going back to Men of La Mancha and Chicago and others. I'm the head of the marketing committee, so I head up kind of getting people aware of what we're doing. And Vail Valley Voices is a show we did once last year, and I told a story and I loved it.
Great.
It was so much fun. It's a little bit scary, but it's also really energizing and fun to tell stories, so I wanted to do it again. And we're going to try to do it a couple times a year going forward.
That's great. Well, you're telling a story here by sitting here on the couch. And I'd say 5 to 7 minutes is a great, perfect amount of time to tell a story. Now, Jen, tell me a bit about you and your involvement with Vail Valley Voices, as well as the theater company.
So I'm also on the board. I am the head of the special events committee, and I'm here to promote our summer production, which we're super excited about. It's going to be Cabaret.
Amazing.
Yes, and so we are about to post our auditions, which I think will be April 11th and April 14th. This show is going to be sometime in mid-July, and we're super excited about it. We've got lots of exciting surprises that are going to be involved with that. And so come to our website, Vail Valley, Vail Theater with an R-E, theater with an R-E.org. We have we're going to have a cast page where you can get all of that information. And then in addition to Cabaret, which is super exciting, we also have a lot of classes and workshops. Like, we've really are trying to extend our tendrils into the community. And so we're doing workshops, we're doing improv, we've got choir classes, we have Broadway dance classes that are coming up. And John, please remind me if I'm forgetting anything.
That's great. We've been kind of going through a rebirth as an organization in the
yes.
last couple of years, and we're doing a lot of community outreach, wonderful things to get involved with. But the two big tent poles are Vail Valley Voices, April 6th, Cabaret this summer, and then a bunch of other things you'll find on the website to get involved.
That's great. Well, great words that were just used, is the rebirth and the tendrils into the community. I love that. I love that. I know I've been keeping an eye out on the improv class, and that just seems like so much fun and a great way to get involved and to get out of your shell.
Yes.
So what can, if we wanted to do the improv class, tell me a little bit about what we can expect out of it.
So Gina Parrish, she leads the courses, and she is just absolutely phenomenal. She is super welcoming, and we basically kind of have a new group every time, and so it's really fun. So newcomers are welcome. We've got all kinds of talent, and she's very good at leading us through the process from A to Z, basically, in the basics of improv. And so, we just I think we're going to be doing it twice a month now. It's
Great.
once a month currently, which is the first Friday of every month. And I'm not sure what that second day of the month is going to be yet. We're still working that out. But we've had it's been such a successful program so far that we're adding a second date per month. So I'm very excited. We're hoping, eventually maybe we might be able to do a show someday in the future, but all the things we're working up to. So it's very exciting.
I love the idea of it because you don't even have to have the desire to be an actor or a performer. It's a great way to just help push you past your boundaries. So I love that. I love that.
Oh, and it's so fun. Yeah.
And some people are a little bit hesitant about getting on stage. So we have all these programs for people who don't want to get on stage, but they like to sing or they like to dance or they want to do something like improv. So it's a great opportunity.
Well, you're both doing great on our stage here at the studio. So you mentioned Broadway dance classes. Tell me about that. Is that a new thing that's happening, or has it been going on for a bit?
It's been going on for a while. We do it in partnership with CMC at the CMC Dance Studio. We have a current session that's ongoing that's sold out, and then we have another one that will be starting in April.
Okay, great.
Those dates are on the website, and it's a weekly class.
Okay.
We have our choreographers from the Vail Valley Theater Company teach it, different teacher each night. And we pick a number from a great show, like the Chicago dance number.
Love that.
And we learn that dance, or part of that dance that night, and then we go in the next week and we learn a different one. It's very fun, even for people who can't dance like me.
I was going to say, do you have to be a dancer in order to take this class? That's wonderful. What great. So let's talk about the cabaret auditions. Now, Jen, you mentioned they are coming up. So what kinds? What is the call to action? How many? What kinds of people are you looking for? Performers, dancers, singers, both, all of it.
You look
Sure,
like
let me
yes.
talk a little bit.
I'll take that one.
We're peripherally involved with that. We have a whole team that's
Okay.
been going crazy getting ready for that. But if you're familiar with cabaret, there are a number of leading male roles. There's a range of people kind of in a range of ages can fit different roles, from the MC, the old Joel Grey role from Cabaret, to Herr Schultz, who's the German gentleman who has a romantic relationships with a woman in the show. There's a bunch of dancers, lots of fun dancing that just dance. So you can come as a dancer if you don't want to sing or act. You can come as a singer if you want to sing and be part of that. There's a lot of different fun roles, and it's a really relevant story today because it's actually set in pre-war Germany, before World War II, and there's undertones of the German Reich coming and anti-Semitism and a bunch of other things that are very relevant today.
That's true. That's true. So how do you select which productions you're going to do throughout the year? That's a tough question, I know.
Well, it's a tough question. It's hard.
It is. So many great ones.
We have a group of people who love to produce shows, whether we're on stage or off stage or doing backstage like scenes and set building and things like that. And so we have lots of people who are very passionate about what shows they want to do. We create a list. We have an arts and entertainment committee that goes through that list, and we think about what we have the ability to cast. Like, do we have the people to do it? Do we have the facility to do it in? All of those kinds of things. And then we choose a short list of shows and we vote on it as a board.
That's great.
And we have a long list of shows that we want to do. And we've also done some fabulous shows in the last couple of years. It's been great, really fun.
That's great. So as you produce shows, how do you do this? You are a nonprofit, so people need to contribute, and how do you raise the funds to produce your shows?
So anyone that is interested can become a member of the Vail Valley Theater Company. It's a $20 annual fee, and that gets you some of these classes for free, so it's actually a great deal.
Yeah.
And then we have underwriting from various sponsors. We have had some involvement from the town of Vail in the past, from Vail Daily, from a number of the restaurants that we work with. For example, the venue for Vail Valley Voices is Route 6 Cafe in Eaglevale, and Ollie, the owner of the cafe, donates his space.
That's great.
So we have a lot of people who help us in really fabulous ways, because it costs us a lot more to produce a show than we raise through ticket sales.
Sure.
So we need additional support for sure to be able to do it.
Well, I certainly appreciate the arts, and I love musical theater and all that it is involved. So congratulations on Cabaret coming up. Auditions are coming up, so that'll be on the website soon. And then Vail Valley Voices, April 6th.
April 6th.
Yep.
Tickets are on sale on vailtheater.org now. And it's $15. It's a pretty cheap date.
Yeah, that's
You can do it also
great.
at the door, and it's a really fun, casual day. We talk about kind of being enlightened and entertained by your friends and your neighbors.
That's perfect. People you probably wouldn't expect to hear from sometimes too as well.
Exactly.
So we appreciate that and loved having you both here on the couch with me. Very exciting. So Vail Valley Voices, April 6th, 7 p.m. at Route 6.
7:30.
7:30 at Route 6.
Yes.
So tickets on sale, $15. Well, lovely to see you both here, and we are excited for you as you progress throughout the spring and summer season.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yes, thanks for
Now,
having us.
absolutely. Now we've got a bit more on the show. We'll be right back after this.